Fair friends, good morning and welcome back to Ohio, Pennsylvania. Welcome back to day 4 of the convention. Today is Thursday, the 17th of July. And so we've got another busy day planned. We've got clinic this morning, some layout tours, and an operating session today. So looking forward to bringing you guys along for those. We're going to go get breakfast and then we got to run. So I'll see you guys later. Our first stop for the day was John Emley's Sioux Line Latta sub layout. John models the Sioux Line in Indiana in the mid-1990s, which is a prototype that's not often modeled. He also does a great job with scenery, so enjoy this look at his layout.
Is this over here?
Yeah, it looks like power controls.
Alright.
Look, he's got chassis engines.
I got water.
See that?
Is it just gravity filling it up?
Yeah.
With the Latta stickers that they did, and all the guys could see them after the tape. That was the wrong thing. Going to leave the door. There you go. Take care.
For some reason, the SE60 decided to always use the bottom of the once it runs off the wall, it can run full into the basement.
You are lined. You are lined. Okay, you're good to go.
Cool.
This is called the patience of waiting. Okay, so all the way down to Killer. I'm not that patient.
Different aspects of my son likes taking photos.
Look how this
He has a very nice artistic background. But I do most of it myself. Catherine, she likes ops. Of course, I don't have too many ops like this. So we're going to do the ops session tomorrow.
Down. Maybe a little up now. It's got to clear. Yeah.
Is that good?
I hope so. We're going to see how that works.
Alright,
Okay,
so do I
start the coal first.
Okay.
Start the coal. Now go to 1. Speed step 1. Stop. Stop now.
Why can I stop right here?
Okay. You're right. We've done this one recently, not yet.
Now they have a place where they dump at.
That might have been a little early.
No, because it goes to the interchange track up here for the Indiana Railroad, and they take it on to Indianapolis, so I just manually pick the cars up and
dump them back.
reload.
Oh, I'm through here.
Yeah.
So then then it picks up empties there.
Yep.
Oh, that I guess that's where
what
these
you just
came
did.
from, yeah.
Our next layout for the day was Norm Logan's Michigan Southern layout, where we had our only op session of the day. We got to run trains all over this large and old layout, so enjoy a look at the operating.
So we have a steel mill up here, and that's through Norbert Herbert Industries. You're going to see a couple of engines that have NH on them, and it's not New Haven. Yes, they are, but no, those aren't. Okay, so this is Norman Herbert Industries. Norman Herbert was my father, and Gloria, or Evelyn, blast furnace was my mom, so they always named blast furnaces after ladies and stuff. So anyway, that's what this industry is. But there's the blast furnace over here. Over there, there's an electric furnace. The rolling mill is down here, and the coke plant is over here.
Sure fun.
Yep. Uh-oh. Hold up. Oh, that's for us. After finishing our operating session at Norm Logan's layout, we spent the rest of the evening going on several layout tours. Our first stop was at Doug Tasgold's Colorado and Southern Clear Creek District, modeling the prototype's narrow gauge lines from Denver west into the Rocky Mountains in the 1920s. He had told me before the convention that he was planning to tear it down afterwards, so I made it a priority to stop by and see the layout, and it was quite impressive. It is very big and very well scenic. He has since torn it down as promised and has started construction on his new layout, modeling the Pennsylvania Railroad's Panhandle Division in 1955. He's taking a lot of components from the late Bill Neal's layout, featured in my first episode of this series, so that's cool to know that he's recycling some of that. So enjoy this last look at his Colorado and Southern layout.
Fake it and tell him you really like the 50s here.
trying to get an overview of the layout since it is coming down after the convention. So.
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's not even.
I met him 2 months ago.
Each session you had 1 or 2 trains that died out on the railroad. Everybody else is done and somebody's
Sorry, still wandering around.
we're done, everything, leave the train. In fact, these 2 that we're stuck running today are 2 trains that never got to their final destination last night, so just leave them. Which would be like tour trains. Is the track turned off in Silver Moon? What decoders are you running? TCS. It'll be like a
Brown, Drew James, I mean, like the guy who's going to be running. He does like Spokane and across the border. Like I've operated on that.
I can't think of the guy's name, Ryan something, Manhattan Terminal Railroad. I found it on YouTube, and it's a beautiful New York City industrial switching.
Yeah, he's about 3 hours away.
Okay, where is
There's like a whole loop here. Oh, it's Georgetown
It
loop.
gets to the end of the line.
Shuts off power. So that's fine. Our second layout tour was at Jeff Fryman's Wabash 2nd Division layout. This layout was built modularly and was taken to many shows over the years and was used as the base for Operation Roadshow for many years at NMRA conventions, but has since now been turned into a home layout. So enjoy this look at this interesting railroad, modeling 1964.
Crickets.
Our last stop was at Jim Talbot's Wheeling and Lake Erie layout. It's not an often modeled prototype, but it made for an interesting layout, modeling the trackage from Brewster, Ohio to the Ohio River at Mingo Junction. He originally was modeling modern day, but recently backdated to 1957 to model the transition era. So enjoy this look at this unique prototype and layout.
The benefits. He doesn't need the money. The family is, they're all set. That's why Jake,
2 months ago, something like that. But I think that's what
We missed a real good chance today because Chip Cole was here.
Okay, yeah.
And they were good buddies.
Oh, yeah.
I meant to ask Chip about Bruce, but I didn't. I got busy and didn't think
well,
of it.
what Bruce will do, and the guys down there, there was a group of about 6 or 7 guys, the big boys, the Continentals, so Buck, Bruce, Guard passed away. Guard had a reconciliation.
Well, it's Amish country,
And so Bruce is
so that makes sense.
only briefly a couple of these operating sessions down there.
Going southeast out of Brewster.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Great seeing you guys. Yeah. If the travels ever bring you north.
Yeah, it goes into the other room. Staging. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We could go this weekend. And I said, there's only one small problem. It takes a day to get there and a day to get back. Right. I said, can you get off Friday and Monday? No. I said, so you gotta remember that. So when we went on the Great Lakes Central, one of the things I tried to do is I went 1 year to Eberta, the old dock, and then the next day on the way back we went to Frankenmuth and to Zaner's and stuff like that.
Hi there, friends. Welcome back to the Ohio, Pennsylvania, and this recap of Thursday of the National Convention. So, we got a little bit late out the door this morning, so we kind of ran over to the clinic that started at 9 that we were heading to, which was Jim DePola for the steel mill modeler SIG on how he moved a model that him and a couple of their steel mill modeler SIG members had made for Nucor Steel to his house. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. I know him and have been to his layout before, so it was pretty interesting to see him give that clinic at the national level. So then after that, we headed down to the yard sale. This morning was the last time you could go shop there, so I looked around. Once we finished with that, we headed to go do layout tours. So we had a lot we wanted to hit today, so we figured we'd start in the morning. So we made our way first to what's his name? The Suline Latta sub by or John Emley. There we go. If that's not correct, I'll put it under there, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Apologies if it isn't. But that layout was pretty cool. Very wide aisles, and that allowed a lot of moving around the layout. It was more done than I expected it to be based on the article I'd seen last year about it and Railroad Model Craftsman. But yeah, it was a pretty cool layout. And then I was talking with him, and he's like, "Oh, do you want to run a train?" And I'm like, "I can run a train? Sure." So his daughter actually helped me with that because she apparently likes helping operate the layout, and then his son likes helping out with other stuff. So that's cool to see his kids involved with that. So yeah, she helped me run that train. So I ran a Cole logo, we assembled it, and then took it down to the tipple to get loaded, and then we saw it get loaded, but we didn't do it ourselves because we had to head out. We drove back here to the hotel, quickly grabbed lunch, and then headed to our operating session for the day at Norm Logan's Michigan Southern Layout, freelanced that runs from Detroit to Nashville and beyond, I think, a little bit. Sounds familiar? Sounds like the Seattle Northern to me. I don't know if they were intentionally trying to be similar or if just their concepts ended up being that similar north-south. And Nashville Road, too, for that matter. All of them seem to be pretty similar in their north-south thing. So that seems to be a thing around here. But yeah, there was certainly a lot to do on the Michigan Southern. Our initial train was more of a run through. So we did that one, marked it off, and then picked up our second train from the yard, which involved a lot of switching. So we kind of had to follow our train all over the place too, because it kind of wiggled around a lot. But yeah, overall, it went pretty good. Well, no, it didn't. Yeah, we kept having issue after issue after issue with our train. It was like, I guess in real life too, that happens once in a while. So our locomotives were being a little finicky at times. It wasn't being a big issue initially. We had derailments. There was a time where one of our cars was kind of constantly uncoupling, like every 30 seconds we moved, so we had to stop, put it back together. Finally switched it around directions, that helped. And then our engine stalled on the helix, so we had to double the train, and even then they wouldn't still work, because they were really old models, so. And then we got the power replaced, and even that had some issues, but at least it worked. So yeah, it was a lot. But despite that, still had fun. Got to connect with some people, so yeah. With that, we then headed on our big loop of layout tours for the day, because we did get out of that session a little bit early, so we made loops. So first we headed down to Doug Tasgold's Colorado and Southern layout. So yeah, I had met Doug back at the regional convention in Columbus a couple months ago, because he was doing the same operating session I was, and I'd seen his articles for a while in Model Railroader about his Denver terminal, Toledo terminal layout, which I really liked, and then Colorado and Southern. But he had leaked to me, and this might be the first time this is going on YouTube actually, that he was tearing it down right after the convention will happen. So with that in mind, I made it a high priority to get to that, his layout, before he tears it down. So that's probably news to you on YouTube. Anyways. So yeah, we got to go down there and see it. So, and that was pretty cool. A lot of open space, but that makes sense for a narrow gauge railroad in the 1920s in Colorado. So yeah, and I got to chat with him for a while. I had to stop myself. And I met another guy there too. We were chatting a little while. So yeah. With that, we spent about 45 minutes there, and then hiked up to our next one. So that was Wabash, 2nd Division, I think it was. Jeff Freiberg's layout. So it's the one he used for Operation Roadshow for a while, until like 2018. So now it's kind of in a semi-permanent home. So that one's good. Again, talked with another one of the guys there for a while. But yeah, modeling 1964 right before the NW merger, so that was interesting. And then finally we ended up at a Wheeling and Lake Erie layout. So he used to model modern day, which would have been my interest up until like 2 years ago, and then he backdated it to 1957. So he could have steam on the layout as well as run first generation diesels. So yeah, overall it was pretty cool layout. So that was Jim Talbot's layout. So yeah, We got to all those, and then we were out of time, so we didn't get to another layout we would have liked to get to, but it wasn't as high a priority. So, yeah, that was about it for the day. We then got a late dinner and chatted some, doing some research and stuff, and just chatting. So, yeah, it's been a good day. Yeah, so.
I learned some news.
Yes, I was gonna maybe mention that. Apparently, and you might know more of that at the time this video is posted, but apparently Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern are having preliminary merger talks. We found that out this evening, so very interesting. We'll see how that goes. But that's more for another video. So that's all for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.